my God! Okay, it's happening. Thank God!
Well, ladies and gentlemen, as Lizzo once said, it's about dang time. In a minute, I'ma need a little sentimental Hiroshi Tanahashi to fill my cup. Feeling fussy, walking in my Suguzi Uzis. I'm so sorry for that. I'm going to delete TikTok now. But it is finally here. Forbidden Door is this Sunday. Man, it really does feel like a decade has passed in wrestling news since this show was announced. But hey, here we are. While we may not be getting a lot of the dream matches we thought of when this show was first announced, we still have a mouth-watering card that is developing as we record this video. So if there's a match that we don't feature, sorry about that. Going from a pipe dream to live and in living color, this super show comes off the heels of a very tumultuous past 2 years for both companies and also the greater wrestling world. While this summer has been a bit hectic for all the wrong reasons, given everything going on with WWE, AEW's issue with MJF and Jeff Hardy, and NJPW blocking certain AEW performers from performing at Forbidden Door, it feels like this show is the start of us finally getting out of the funk the wrestling world has been in over the past couple of weeks. So cheers for new beginnings, Forbidden Doors being kicked in, and the future of professional wrestling. This is Extreme League Wrestling, and here are our predictions for Forbidden Door. And hey, fun fact, we'll actually be at Forbidden Door, getting all types of good content for you guys. So if you want to follow our journey to Forbidden Door, go ahead, like, subscribe, share the video, so you can stay in touch with everything that is happening at this historic event. Now, let's get to our predictions. Bryan Danielson versus Zack Sabre Jr. While not yet technically announced, Zack Sabre Jr. calling out the American Dragon after NJPW's Wrestling Dominion event pretty much guarantees that this dream match is certain. A match many have called for since Bryan Danielson's departure from WWE, now the only question remains, who should win? While we love the American Dragon and have loved his work in AEW so far, we believe for our money the member of Suzuki-gun will walk away with the win on this one. With NJPW and AEW's working relationship, we very highly likely doubt that this will be the last time these two will face off against one another. Chris Jericho, Sammy Guevara, and Minoru Suzuki versus Eddie Kingston, Wheeler Yuta, and Shota. While not the match most fans were wanting, watching the Mad King versus the Murder Grandpa is still going to be a great time, even though it's not in a one-on-one affair. AEW's approach when it comes to booking Forbidden Door has been quite interesting, while still progressing feuds at this super show. And with Blood and Guts being the dynamite right after Forbidden Door, we are suspecting a Chris Jericho, Sammy Guevara, and Minoru Suzuki win by nefarious means. This will then lead to a post-match angle where Wheeler Yuta and Bryan Danielson conferred themselves for Blood and Guts, giving Eddie Kingston a full team for the match. For the AEW All-Atlantic Championship, Pac versus Miro versus Malachi Black versus Tomohiro Ishii. While the tournament is still ongoing, we are suspecting that Malachi Black will beat Penta and that Tomohiro Ishii will be the representative from New Japan World Wrestling. While the reaction online has given us much to be desired from this new championship, we think this is the best combination of men from the tournament to create the best four-way match and a truly memorable moment at the show. And you really cannot go wrong with each member winning, whether it be the Bastard, the leader of the House of Black, God's favorite champion, or the Stone Pitbull himself. But with this new championship not getting off on the right foot, we feel as if Miro will be the best choice to win and to set this championship to a fantastic start. Thunder Rosa versus Toni Storm for the AEW Women's Championship. With NJPW being an all-male wrestling promotion, it was very interesting to see how the AEW women would factor on the show, and boy, they did not disappoint. While the booking of the AEW women's division still leaves much to be desired, this is a great step forward in presenting the division in the best way possible. Thunder Rosa is one of the best women wrestling today, and you can quote me on that, and Toni Storm's work in UK NXT has been something to really give us a good taster for what these women will be able to do in the ring. It will be a great match, but we do see Thunder Rosa picking up the win on this one, as La Mera Mera still has a lot of ways to go in her title reign. Will Ospreay versus Orange Cassidy for the IWGP United States Championship. Will Ospreay and Orange Cassidy are honestly two people who are quite similar if you think about it. Once on a national stage, both men's online fan bases quickly grew, while the old guard of wrestlers questioned and belittled them for their in-ring styling. Orange Cassidy for his lackadaisical attitude, and Will Ospreay for doing, well, all the flips in that one infamous match with Ricochet. Will Ospreay has developed amazingly in the New Japan Pro Wrestling heavyweight division, with Orange Cassidy for his part being near the world title picture every now and again in the world of AEW. While we love Orange Cassidy here at Extreme League Wrestling, we do believe Will Ospreay will pull away with the win on this one and starting a new title feud with Juice Robinson post Forbidden Door. FTR versus the United Empire versus Roppongi Vice, winner takes all. Harken back to 2016, if you would have told any professional wrestling fan that these 3 titles would be on the line in the same match, well frankly our heads would spin right off our necks. And it's extremely exciting to see all 3 of these teams in this title picture, with old stalwarts in Roppongi Vice, newcomers in Jeff Cobb and the Great Okan representing the United Empire, and honestly the greatest tag team wrestling right now for my money, FTR. And honestly, it's hard to see anyone but the top guys walk away with all the straps in this match. And funny enough, there are some old rivals in the Young Bucks holding on to the AEW tag titles for them. I wonder what that might lead to. It has honestly been so fun watching FTR basically become the Thanoses of the tag team world. This next match is one that has not been announced yet, but we're going to make a little prediction here, being that this is a predictions video. For the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship, we have Jay White versus Hangman Page versus Adam Cole. Winning the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship from Okada back at NJPW's Dominion show, it's not hard to see why Jay White is in the position that he is. Starting in 2020's pandemic era of wrestling, Jay White has truly been built up in reshaping the Bullet Club in his image, an image that people weren't quite sure of after the departure of the Elite. The ability for Jay White to be able to retcon all the shoot things that have happened in the past 2 years into kayfabe reasons why his character is so great is frankly amazing to watch. Whether it be his quick in-ring style, his profanity-laced promos, this man is just amazing. His work recently has been so great, we've been thinking about doing a Jay White video by itself. While when Forbidden Door was announced, Adam Cole and Jay White jointly said that it was about Bullet Club and the Undisputed Elite. It has been interesting to see their dynamic as Jay White refuses to give Adam Cole a title shot. This combined with Hangman Adam Page looking for some self-confidence again after losing the AEW title to CM Punk. This is one of those rare multi-man matches that has so much story behind it, it would take years for you to try to explain why this triple threat would be important. And while not officially announced, no matter who is facing Jay White, we believe that it will be the Switchblade holding up the butterfly belt. Or in other words, the winner will be the mother flippin' Switchblade. And finally, our main event for the AEW Interim Championship, Jon Moxley versus Hiroshi Tanahashi. While the CM Punk injury did put a bit of a bummer on Forbidden Door, this match, if you've been watching New Japan Pro Wrestling, is one we've been waiting for a while. The master of the paradigm shift has been chasing the ace all around New Japan Pro Wrestling, finally having somewhat of a collision at, well, Capital Collision back in May. With Jon Moxley arguably being the ace of AEW, and with one of the hottest factions behind him, it's hard to see anyone else becoming AEW Interim Champion. But that does not necessarily count the ace himself out. Tony Khan has shown that he is willing to work with other companies, harkening back to the territory days. It would be quite interesting to see one of the top guys in another major company hold this company's major title, and to see Tanahashi versus CM Punk at All Out would finally bring the match that we were promised at Forbidden Door. While this would bring an interesting dynamic to AEW Weekly Television, we do believe that Jon Moxley will pick up the victory here. And trust me, that is not to discredit this man. He is a part of one of the biggest factions in AEW, has really had one of the best years of his professional life, and frankly, we believe that he deserves a good title reign in front of fans, being that his first one was frankly kinda hindered by the whole Panorama Pizza. And while yes, we have seen Dean Ambrose versus CM Punk, we haven't seen Jon Moxley versus CM Punk, and that is a match we will give you all of our money for right now. Thank you everyone for watching Extreme League Wrestling. We are off to go catch our plane to Chicago as we speak. Let us know in the comments, what are your picks for Forbidden Door? Was I right? Was I wrong? Let me know in the comments down below. And we will be bringing you more content from Forbidden Door, so make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss a thing. Thank you for watching Extreme League Wrestling, and we'll catch you next time.